Pictured on the screen is a post over on the X platform. If you guys want to follow me there, I'm at sneedtech, and there's a link in the description for where I, have my account posted, and I do all those things. But there's something I want to discuss very specifically, and that's the fact that there's stories written about CBRS deployments and cable operators, and the big thing there is that Verizon has accounts with Charter, with Spectrum, with Comcast Xfinity for network access, but those same two companies have CBRS licenses, and they continue to say things like, we're going to build everywhere we have these licenses. We're going to build wireless networking across our entire footprints to offload traffic, to get people off of the Verizon network, and cost-effective savings and all those things. But the problem is those same sentiments don't actually parlay into real world. We don't really see Comcast or Spectrum building substantial amounts of CBRS anywhere, right? There's, I think, maybe one or two markets for Spectrum where they actually have deployed radios that you can tangibly see in the wild and actually connect to, right? They've invested, I think it's in Charlotte, maybe. I'm not sure. I forget. But there just isn't much anywhere else. And even there, I'm sure it's probably within specific segmented areas where they have a lot of wireless usage, and it made sense for them to kind of start there, right? And of course, MVNO costs, you got to pay for the network access. So getting your customers off Verizon and onto your native network makes more sense, right? So I get it, but we're not really seeing the build, right? We're not really seeing, especially Comcast. I don't know where they have this. Now, the two companies, Spectrum and Xfinity, they have immense amounts of Wi-Fi hotspots, right? And those access points across many businesses and industry relationships that they have, where customers will natively connect to those Wi-Fi hotspots, right? The programmed feature that they have. It's nothing that the customer has to do. Their Wi-Fi is just on, and it'll move on to that connection. That's more meaningful. Customers connect to those things all the time, whether you're at the grocery store or the bank or just wherever, shopping. You're in a place where, Spectrum has a bunch of customers and existing accounts. You'll connect to their network and you'll be part of that offload strategy, right? So I say that to say this. All of that being considered, building wireless networks is a daunting task. They don't have the same scalability. They don't have the same engineering teams. They don't have the same pedigree, the same relationships. Like, I don't even know who the RAN provider is for that gear, for the CBRS, for Comcast or Xfinity or Spectrum. I don't know. It could be Samsung, could be Nokia. I have no clue. I don't think anybody really discloses it, but guys, they're not really building it, at least not to this point. Whatever they said 3, 4, 5 years ago still has yet to manifest itself. So I'm not saying that they're not going to. I'm not saying that that's a foregone conclusion. I'm saying 5 years into the story, right? It's a fiction book. 5 years into this, they haven't done it yet. It's difficult. It's challenging. It's not what they do. They're wireline companies. They just started selling wireless. I guess if they just felt that compelled, they could invest into the CBRS infrastructure, but we just haven't seen it up to this point. Nor are they, at least according to them, really driven all that much financially, because they say they're good with the MVNO agreement they have with Verizon. They're good with what they're paying. They're good with the deal and the structure. They're good with their customers being off of on their Wi-Fi and the access points across the cities. So if that's true, then why would we expect them to build CBRS? I, for one, personally would be shocked if they actually built a CBRS network. What about you? What do you guys think? Are they ever going to build one? Spectrum, Xfinity? Is it ever going to be substantial within your market if you're there, and they service your area? I just don't. We're talking about businesses that don't even really properly scale their upgrades for their wireline. They're going to all of a sudden build a wireless network. Do you guys see what I'm saying, what my thought process is? Anyways, let me know what you think about all this. Drop me a comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys soon on the next video.